नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पति गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परमः कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादि राधे गोविंद सर्वकारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the King of Secrets, Raja Guhyam. So, now in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we have successfully finished 26 slokas. So, we just have to finish 2 more slokas to finish this 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, attaining the Supreme Person. So, Krishna is teaching us for Arjuna's one question: how to know you at the time of death. Prayana kalecha katam nyayosi niyatatmabhi. That's what Krishna is teaching. Even though Arjuna asked many questions in the beginning of the very first sloka, first and second slokas, everything Krishna answered in one sloka itself, 1 or 2 slokas. Then just for the question of how to know you at the time of death, Krishna is giving us this entire 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So now, from the beginning, we understand in Bhagavad Gita that the only way we can get out of this material world is to know Krishna at the time of death, to remember Krishna at the time of death. So what our mind is going to remember, that is very important. What our mind is going to think at the time of death, that is very important. It all depends upon what we are thinking now. So suddenly a magic will not happen that like we will remember Krishna at the time of death. That is not going to be possible. First of all, we need to understand that we have to free ourselves from the 3 modes of material nature. And it is the Swabhava, it's our own nature. So that means in order to free that, we have to act. Without freeing ourselves from the 3 modes of material nature, it is simply not possible to remember Krishna at the time of death and go to him. Even for the yogis who are engaged in devotional service all the time, Krishna is teaching us, especially in the last few slokas, we are studying very clearly that there is no guarantee that they can go to Goloka in this birth itself. It all depends upon at what time they leave this body. So that way, Krishna is going to teach us very important sloka about that also, which we are going to study. So, very important point for us is that we are connected with Krishna. We have got this knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That is very important. Without this knowledge, our life is simply hopeless. Our future is completely hopeless and useless, and it will be utter waste of time. That's it. Without this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That means without knowing. without knowing that we are the soul, without knowing that Krishna is the super soul. So we are going to simply lead useless life in this life. Nobody gained anything in the past. If you just go back more than a century ago, so if we talk about 19th century, people who lived in the 19th century, so only 1 in 1,000 was able to remember Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, study Bhagavad Gita, all such things. But all others, they all thought that they are going to live here forever. But no one is here to claim anything. Who knows? Maybe we are one among them who lived here in the 19th century. So this repeated cycle, this repeated birth, old age, disease and death, this cycle of repeated birth, old age and disease and death, that is happening. So we need to understand the science behind this. Dehinosmin yata dehe. Kaumaram yavvanam jara. Tata dekha antara praptit dhirastatra na mukhyate. So, dehinosmin, being inside this body, dehinosmin, yata dekhe kaumaram yavvanam jara. How the deha of the body of boyhood, kaumaram, youthhood, yavvanam, old age, jara. So we are keep on changing the body in this life itself. There is a science. We have referred to this sloka many times in the past. So basically our body is changing. We are changing our body every day. So it's not at all difficult to understand that at the time of death we will get completely a different body. Even now also, from the boyhood to youth and youth to old age, we are getting a completely different body. But only thing is that the memory, what we are accumulating, the memory that is there. But even medically speaking, there are certain conditions when some part of the brain is damaged. There are two things can happen. So one is that person can either completely remember everything in the past, but he cannot build any more memory, any new memory. That situation is possible. So whatever happened in the past, he can remember, but he cannot build any new memory. Or the other situation is he will forget everything in the past and he can only create new memories. So that means for that person, even though living in this body, so as if it's having a completely different body, because everything is there in our memory and the way we are able to recall it, that's very important because it's all stored in our brain. So in the cortex. So all the long-term memory is stored in the cortex of our brain. So if we are not able to go and recall that memory which is stored in our brain, so that means we cannot even identify someone as friend, relative, all such things. It's not going to be possible if we cannot recall. Because every time we see a place, we see a person, our brain, our mind goes to our brain and accesses the memory and compares with what is stored there. And then only we are able to recognize. That's why some places which we have been maybe a few years ago, when we go again, several years ago, when we go again, some of the things we are able to recognize. So that is because it's stored in our memory. We are able to compare what is stored in our brain and what we are seeing now. And that's how we are able to get the knowledge. We are able to remember things. But Krishna says that memory comes only from me, that remembrance. We all have faced sometimes very well-known name, very close friend, maybe well-known name. Sometimes it won't come to our memory at all. Even if we try hard, we know that it's a very known person, known memory, or known phone number, which we have dialed so many times, but suddenly it will not come to our memory at all. So that's what we need to understand. So everything is, our life in this world is so much temporary, and it all depends upon how the blood is flowing in our body, how it is supplied from our heart, how the heart is pumping the blood to the brain. So our brain uses most of the oxygen, actually, what we are breathing in. So if it is starved of oxygen, so then it is going to lose all such memories. So it needs oxygen all the time. That's why when stroke happens, for that moment when the oxygen is not supplied to the brain, so it's going to lose all such memories. So that much we need to understand, that our body is simply a machine, and it's working right now. It's great. Everything is going fine. It's working. But we cannot take it for granted that this is going to continue forever. That is stupid. That's going to come to an end. For everyone, it's going to come to an end. What we are seeing today, it's all in future. Everything is going to change. Everything is going to change. Nothing is going to be the same thing at all. But the Atma, which is never changing, which is always the same. So that's what we need to understand. Atma, there is a soul, there is ourself. So it is not changing at all, and it cannot be destroyed at any point of time. Avinashinam, avinasi tadviddhu yena sarvam idam tatam. So vinasam abhyayasyascha nakasit kartum arvasi. So this soul cannot be destroyed at any point of time. This soul cannot be destroyed at all. So that's what we need to understand. We are the soul. The soul cannot kill anyone. The soul cannot be the killer. So anyone who thinks that the soul can kill or can be killed, they are both not in knowledge, because the soul can neither kill and it cannot be killed. It not be killed. That's what we need to understand. So that is ourself. We are the soul. But we are struggling and suffering in this material world, because under the control of the modes of nature, not having the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, and very much attracted to the temporary things in this material world, we are simply wasting our precious human body, which we have got it. We need to make full use of it to progress towards Krishna, to get out of this material bondage, karma bandha, janma bandha, and that is going to be possible only with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So there is no point in keep on accumulating so much of material knowledge, the knowledge about the matter, if we don't have the knowledge about the spirit, if we don't have the knowledge about our own self. So then this material knowledge is not going to be of any use. We need to understand all these things. We can make use of the material knowledge, whatever the scientific knowledge we are gaining, if we have the knowledge about our own self, if we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if we understand that we are the soul, we are not the body. So then we can make use of our other knowledge to nicely take care of this body, to understand the effects of eating rajasic food or fast foods, or not eating in time, or eating too much, or eating too little, not sleeping and not sleeping enough, or sleeping too much. All such things will have bad effect on our health, that we already discussed many times in the past. So only with the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we understand everything. And this is a great opportunity Krishna has created for us, that we are able to follow this Bhagavad Gita very clear length. We are able to follow this Bhagavad Gita by Krishna's causeless mercy. So we are getting the knowledge. And we are now very close to finishing the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The 9th chapter is the most confidential knowledge. We understood about how to control our mind in the Dhyana Yoga in the 6th chapter, and then the knowledge of the Absolute in the 7th chapter. We have understood so much about Krishna, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in the 8th chapter, we are understanding about how to attain the Supreme, how to go to Goloka. We are understanding that very clearly. And in the 9th chapter, the most confidential knowledge, so that we will understand. And in the 10th chapter, the opulence of the Absolute, we are going to understand all about Krishna. And in the 11th chapter, the Vishwarupa, the universal form. Like that, in the 12th chapter, the Bhakti Yoga. So everything. So like that, if we keep on going chapter after chapter, slokas after slokas, again and again, when we study, we are understanding so much that is needed for ourselves, that is needed for the soul. This knowledge is very, very important. Unfortunately, not everyone will show interest in gaining this knowledge. That is really very unfortunate for them. But our goal is to identify those who show interest, those who can become a devotee of Krishna. In fact, one has to be a devotee of Krishna to get this knowledge. So that way, we have got the opportunity. We know that there are thousands and thousands of devotees. There is no doubt, but we need to focus. We need to plan very well. So we need to act for Krishna. So then only we can identify all such devotees. To the extent possible, we should be able to identify as many devotees as possible. So that should be our only service to Krishna. So that is the way we can assure that we will go to Goloka. If we keep ourselves engaged in spreading this message, just spreading a way that we are studying Bhagavad Gita on Zoom, just sharing this Zoom link, just telling them. So that way we know that not everybody will listen to us. Even if we try, everybody is so busy, not everyone will come. But as Krishna said that out of 1,000, one will come, means we have to, if we go after thousands and thousands of persons, then we will get, definitely there will be thousands of devotees. So out of 1,000, one will come, but thousands of thousands, so that means thousands will come. If we reach thousands of thousands, there will be thousands of devotees. So that's what we need to understand. So that is definitely going to happen. It is happening. That is the reason we are all very well connected. We are able to study Bhagavad Gita. We are able to understand everything what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. We know what is karma. We know what is action, inaction, forbidden action. Karmano hi api bodhavyam cha vikarmanaga, akarmanascha bodhavyam, gahana karmano gati. So we understand all such things. So we need to understand everything. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we will understand. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we are going to understand everything. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we will understand this Bhagavad Gita. We are understanding this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. The topmost secret is getting revealed to us because Krishna is already treating that we are his devotees. That's why Krishna is revealing this secret, because this knowledge can be revealed only to his devotees. Bhaktosimi sakacheti. So Bhaktosimi, since you are my bhakta, you are my devotee, so you are my friend, I am giving you this knowledge. So that's why if Krishna is giving us this knowledge, we are able to study this Bhagavad Gita every day and able to make progress in our efforts to please Krishna. So that is because we are Krishna's devotees. This is a proof. If you are able to understand Bhagavad Gita, if you are able to study and understand Bhagavad Gita like what we are doing every day, so that means we are Krishna's devotees. That's the reason we are able to study and understand this Bhagavad Gita. That's the reason Krishna is revealing this topmost secret to us. Rahasyam ye etat uttamam. So this Rahasyam, Uttamam, this topmost secret, Krishna is revealing to us because already Krishna is considering us his devotees. So we are Krishna's devotees. Bhakta. So that's a very topmost designation what we can get, being a devotee of Krishna. So only with bhakti, bhaktya labhyaha ananyaha, bhaktya labhya. That's what we studied in the 8th chapter. So we can attain that supreme person, purusaga saparaha pata bhaktya labhyas ananyaya. So the supreme personality of Godhead can be obtained only bhakti, ananya. So only with undeviated devotion. That we have it. Because we are studying this Bhagavad Gita, means we are Krishna's devotees. There's a reason we are able to stick to this. There's the reason we are not leaving this at all. We are able to progress every day. We are able to make continuous progress because Krishna is definitely treating us as devotees. We should be very, 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 very happy about this. Very extremely fortunate, and we should be very happy about this very important fact that we are Krishna's devotees. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have finished 26 slokas in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So now we are understanding, we understood everything. So the yogis at different times. So what times when they die, they will not come back, and at what times when they die, they will come back. Everything we are understanding. So in the sloka number 25, what we studied in the 8th chapter 25, Dhumo Ratristatha Krishna Sanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Prachandramasam Jyoti Yogi Prapya Nivartate. So Dhumo Ratris Tata Krishna Sanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandramasam Jyoti Yogi Prapya Nivartate. So when there is smoke, in the previous sloka we studied it, Agnigi Jyoti Agaha Suklaga Sanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Vido Jana. That's what we studied. But here opposite. So when there is smoke, when it is night, when it is the fortnight of the waning moon, and when it is the 6 months when the sun passes on our northern side. So during this time, if any yogi who leaves this body, that's what yogi prapya. It's only talking about yogis. So they will reach the moon planet and again come back. So that's what Krishna is saying, that Tatra Chandramasam Jyoti yogi prapya nivartati. The mystic who passes away from this well during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of the waning moon, or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again comes back. Then in the next sloka, Krishna is continuing what we studied yesterday. Shukla Krishne Gati Hete Jagataka Shaswate Mate Ekaya Vrittim Anyaya Vartate Punaha. So Shukla Krishna, so there is during the day and night, so basically the fortnight of the waxing moon and the fortnight of the waning moon, so there are gati, so the destination is going to be different. Jagattaka Sasvate Mati. So it is mentioned in the Vedas. Ekayayati anavritam. One way if we go, we will not come back. Anyaya vartate punaga. Another way if we die, we will come back another time. So that's what Krishna is teaching here. According to Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this well, one in light and one in darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back. But when one passes in darkness, he returns. So now the sloka what we are studying today, the sloka number 27 in the 8th chapter, Krishna is continuing there. Naite Shuti Partha Jnanam Yogi Muhyati Kaschana Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Naite Shati Partha Jnanam Yogi Mukhyati Kaschana. So what Krishna is teaching us that a yogi, that means a devotee of Krishna. So by knowing this, so Jnanam. So Jnanam means by knowing this. So he is na mukhyati. Na mukhyati means he is not bewildered. So by knowing what? By knowing the time at which you die, you go, and at the time at which you die, you will not go, you will come back. The yogi is not bewildered by that. We don't have to worry about that. So we have to be a yogi. That's why Krishna is teaching us that Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Therefore, all the time you be a yogi. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So already we studied in the 8th chapter, in the previously we studied that Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mamunismarat Yudhyacha. Therefore, in the 7th sloka, where Krishna is, he taught us very clearly in the 8th sloka that Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mamunismarat Yudhyacha. So here Krishna is saying that Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. So that way we don't have to worry whether which time we are going to go to Goloka or not. Let Krishna deal with that. We don't have, it's not our worry. We just have to follow what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita, and then Krishna knows when it is time for us to go to Goloka, he will take us. Although the devotees know these two paths, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion. So that's what Krishna is saying. We have successfully studied 27 sloka in the 8th chapter today by Krishna's causeless mercy. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus on the transcendental sound vibration. We'll chant 2 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which will roughly take about 15 minutes. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Umajnanaktimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmiritamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Tomorrow we will not be having our Bhagavad Gita class because I will have to visit Dallas. Maybe if devotees in Dallas, we can meet if possible in this Khan temple. So, Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mithun Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, how are you?
Hare Krishna. By Krishna's costless mercy, I'm fine, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna.
So Guruji, when are you planning to come
Yes,
here?
Prabhu. So tomorrow, like my friend, His Grace Gauranga Prabhu, he is in Houston today. So I will be bringing him to Dallas tomorrow, Prabhu. So in the evening, I will be there, Prabhu, but I will tell you what time the programs there in the temple, like that, Prabhu. So if you are available, we can meet, yes, Prabhu, if you are able to come to temple.
Yes, Guruji, I'll be attending I'll come in the evening.
Yes, Prabhu. I will communicate with you. I think I have your number. Let me confirm, Prabhu, because in between some of the numbers I am missing for some reason. So
yeah, I can text you, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu. Can you? So is it 571-446-1777? Is that correct, Prabhu?
Yes, Guruji.
571-446-1777, correct, Prabhu?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So we can. Yeah, yes, Prabhu. There is Sadhu Sangha program is going on. So a lot of Maharajas are there, yes, Prabhu. So I got the opportunity to drive my friend who is very senior in ISKCON Chaupati Temple, His Grace Gauranga Prabhu. So I will be taking him, yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We will discuss, yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Guruji. So you will let me know the time or
yes,
what
Prabhu.
time?
Yes, Prabhu. What is the program? What time I will know? Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Very much looking forward to seeing you, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
I am looking forward to take your blessings.
Suddenly Krishna is arranging everything. So only thing is that we may not have our Bhagavad Gita class. If possible, if it is possible, at that time we will have it. It depends. We will find it out. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna. I will find out if I am by the time its program is finished in the temple. If I am able to come back, then we can have it. I will let know. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji. Hare Krishna. R.K. Goyal Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Guruji, for a nice class. Don't have any question for today again. Things are going very well with the mercy of Krishna and with your blessings.
Very nice, Prabhu. Yes, everything Krishna will take care. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Urmila Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Thank you for the class, Guruji. Really very regular to hear again and again about Krishna. Thank you, Guruji, so much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Urmila Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you so much, as always, for today's class.
Yes, Mataji.
I'm very, very blessed to be with you. Sometimes I have to leave early, or there is somebody who's come to do some work, so I'm not able to attend all the time, but I'm trying my best to be with you all through. Thank you so much. And I think today's learning that we should not be bewildered by, after knowing the two paths, we should just leave it to Krishna to do the best for us, I think.
When it is our time to go to Goloka, Krishna will take us. That's it. Yes,
that's right. And what path we will take, whether it is the path of the light or darkness, we need not worry, because it's all in Krishna's hands.
It's all in Krishna's hands. Leave everything to Krishna, do everything for Krishna. That's it.
Right. So, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class. So I heard that the discussion that you're coming to Dallas. Where, Guruji?
I will inform you tomorrow, Mataji. Maybe I think I also have your number anyhow. So I just want to. So we'll be leaving in the morning. Temple, attending Bhagavatam class, and then from there 9 o'clock around there we will leave from Houston. it will roughly take about, I don't know, 9 or 10 if you leave, 4.5 hours it will take, Mataji. So then evening program, it will be there, Mataji. So I will be there. I will tell you in the program, yes, Mataji.
Okay.
So your number is 469-592. That is correct, Mataji. 592-3108. Okay, Mataji. So I will message you, Mataji. If you are available, if you are able to come, we will definitely, I'm looking forward to meet you. But yes, Mataji, it's a very short notice, so I'm not sure. But yes, Mataji. But there is a big congregation in ISKCON. That is known as Sadhu Sangha. That is there every year it happens, but this year it's happening in Dallas, Mataji. So not only tomorrow, even Saturday, Sunday also, that programs are there. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mataji. So I will communicate to you tomorrow afternoon. Okay, Mataji?
Okay, Guruji.
Munmun Mataji already left for India, or she's still here?
I think she will leave in one or I don't know the exact
date.
date.
Saying some date she is leaving. Yes.
26th or 27th. I will try to come. I'm not well because due to viral infection. So maybe, but you just message me the address.
I will message Mataji depending upon your possibility. Take care of your health, Mataji. That's very important. So, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna story. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Namaste.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Lisa Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. Again and again, we are learning that if we are devotees of Krishna, we do not have to worry about anything. Krishna will take care of everything. Even what our scriptures tell about the time when we leave this material world, even those things will not apply to devotees of Krishna. Krishna will take care of everything.
Everything, yes.
So, yes, Guruji, we only have to focus on giving our devotional service to Krishna. So as yogis, we do not have to worry about anything else. Krishna will take care of everything. So this is what we are learning almost every day.
Yes.
So, yes, Guruji, thank you for your efforts, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for the class, Guruji.
Yes.
I had one doubt when you were telling about going to the moon planet.
Yes.
Is it our moon here, the closest moon, or any other moons?
Our moon only, Mataji. The way we are defining a moon as different planet, all those things, it's all our definition, correct? Moon is, but it's obviously Krishna is talking about our moon only. Yes, but we may not get any body. We'll go there and then come back. That's
it will be a soul. So the souls, there will be souls now in the moon then.
Yes, as per Bhagavad Gita, soul will be going there and coming back. Devotees, yogis. Yes.
Even in the sun, is it? When in the sun and
yes, sun also soul can be there. Soul, the body which can withstand sun's heat, that can be there. So it all depends upon. Yes, ma'am.
Very amazing, Guruji. So amazing to hear about this.
So the body, you can get a body which can be withstand something, even the temperature higher than sun's temperature also, correct? Anything is possible. The soul, the soul is not going to be burned by fire, not by anything. That matter cannot do anything to the soul. But the soul can get a fire body which is made up of fire, correct? Made up of fully fire. So it can withstand any temperature, correct? So then with that body, it can be there. The soul can be there in the sun also. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it will not be in the soul form. It will still take a material, some type of a body.
Yes, some type of body. It can take.
Okay.
Every class.
Amazing, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji.
And
Scientifically,
so one thing which I was thinking when you were telling that we don't need to worry and we will all be going to Goloka, right? Because we are all devotees of Krishna. So you have told 1 in 1,000 only comes to this, and in that 1 in 1,000 only understands Krishna completely. So does it mean 1 in a million will all reach Goloka?
everyone will reach, but maybe this life may be 1 in a million. The next life they can grow, then they will become. So it's all that 1 in 1,000 is definitely going to go to Goloka, because when you are endeavoring for perfection, you have faith on Bhagavad Gita, then Aneka Janma Samsiddhaga Tato Yati Param Gatim, correct? So with Bhavanam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prabhatyade. So it may not be this life in that 1 in 1,000 who are endeavoring for perfection, but one who knows Krishna in truth completely, definitely this life itself they will go. But for others, they may be still endeavoring for perfection. In the next life, they will know everything about Krishna fully, and then they will go in their life. Yes,
okay, Guruji. This life itself, we want to learn correctly.
We will go. Krishna will take care of everything, Mataji. Everything in Krishna's hands. He wants, his leelas are so wonderful. So he will definitely, yes, Mataji.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Guruji. Thank you for all the trouble you take to keep us all in Krishna consciousness.
Krishna's mercy, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kripa Lakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
All the 20 years of my life, I just go to temple and I come back. I never knew that there was such philosophies.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. So I knew Bhagavad Gita as only Bhagavad Gita, but I never got an opportunity to explore the wonderful messages. So I'm really fortunate for that, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Yes, we will do a lot of wonders, Mother. We will understand this knowledge, and we will let many new devotees who may be like you, not knowing about this. So we just have to let them know about this opportunity. So a lot of opportunity for us to please Krishna, Mataji. It is definitely going to happen.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful class. I don't have any questions today.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Really interesting lecture today also. Thank you, Guruji, for the wonderful lecture and interaction with the devotees, clearing the doubts. Really wonderful. I'm really enjoying the class, listening you and the interaction with the devotees. Really wonderful. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama.
Anita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Guruji Pranam.
Pranam Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare
Thank you so much for the class.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna. Lakshmi Sridhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
The costless mercy of Krishna. We are studying Bhagavad Gita, the Raja Guhyam. We have come to the end of this chapter, in which it is described about how to attain this supreme life. For Krishna's one question, for Arjuna's one question, Krishna replies and answers in so many, several. And at the time of how to remember Krishna is the main thing. So we have to get rid of this material world, and we have to free from all the three modes of material nature. We have to connect with Krishna and get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So by knowing this, we can remember Krishna at the time of death also. Without knowing Bhagavad Gita, our life is a waste. And we know that once we know Bhagavad Gita, we know that we are the soul and Krishna is the super soul. And it is also told that the body changes from childhood, youth, old age, and death, whereas memory remains strong. Memory remains strong in our brain. We can still recall people by our memory. Krishna says memory comes from Krishna only. And through brain memory, we can recall, and Atma, the soul, is the part never changes. It is always the same. It cannot be destroyed or it cannot be killed. Then one has to be a devotee of Krishna to get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We have to identify such devotees, spread messages, and then 1 out of 1,000 can become a good devotee. We know what is karma, what is action, what is inaction, and by the causeless mercy of Krishna, we will understand Bhagavad Gita. Krishna gives us the knowledge for the devotees. By studying, understanding Bhagavad Gita, we become the devotee of Krishna. Only by bhakti, undeviated devotion, we can attain Krishna. We should be happy. Then in the slokas, in the 26 sloka and 25 sloka, the paths have been described. And in 26 sloka, according to Vedic opinion, the 2 ways of passing from the world, that is in the night as well as in dark, Sukla Krishna. One way is no coming back, and the other way is will come back. Whereas in the 27th sloka, it is told, a yogic person who is a devotee, by knowing Bhagavad Gita knowledge, he is not bewildered by this paths, and he will always be remain as a yogi, and with devotion, always fix in devotion. All the time he remembers Krishna. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna's causeless mercy.
I felt actually our life is like a stage show. Krishna has given the chance to play our role.
Yeah.
Is it right, Guruji? Means we are on the stage now. We have entered the stage, and one or the other day it will get exited. We have to exit. Before that, we have to do perfectly our role.
That's correct. We have to do things. Yes, Mataji. Yes.
I felt like that when I feel like that. Oh, it is means I feel very happy actually. I should do in a better way.
Yes, ma'am. Krishna's mercy. He will take care, Mataji. We have so much faith on him. So Krishna will, even in that stage, Krishna will make us to act very nicely. So he will give us. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Palniappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare.
So anyway, today's class also was initial explanations. Everything was very interesting.
Yes.
But one doubt it brings in our mind. So you were talking about 19th century. How many births after how many births we have come today now, like that. So immediately one big doubt comes in our mind: how many births we have taken so far? So
no count, it's innumerable, countless.
That is
but we should not be taking countless number of births again. That's why we have to act now. Otherwise, this nonsense is going to continue forever. Yes,
that is a very interesting thing to
yes.
hear and learn. And then, as you rightly said, at least today we have come to the stage of devotee. At least to some extent, we are able to follow Krishna's advice and all these things. So
yes, we have got the opportunity. No doubt. Yes.
Yeah, that is a very important thing which we are daily doing it. So thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Subhalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you for the class, today's class, Prabhuji.
Yes,
we are all dolls with Krishna's hand. Whatever he play with dolls, we all do like that also. Yes, I think. Thank you, Prabhuji, today's class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mohanan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Guruji. Excellent class. Great knowledge.
Yes,
New things are learning. And all because of you, Guruji. Very happy to attend the class and we are enjoying the class.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan now.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.